Hi dolls! So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Well, not really. It's going to be a review tutorial on a palette that I found on Instagram. So if you guys know me from Instagram and have seen my Instagram before I started YouTube, you will know that I love color. I love colorful looks. I love extreme, anything just like out of the box extreme, rainbow, colorful eyes. And since I started YouTube, I haven't been dabbling in color like I used to, and it's making me like a little sad. Like I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rut creatively. So I've had this palette for a little while and I haven't dug into it yet, and I don't know why, because when I buy new makeup I want to touch it and play with it immediately, so that's very unlike me. But I've had the palette that I'll be showing you since September and I haven't dived into it yet, and it looks absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna be recreating a look that I found on Instagram, and I'll throw it up on the screen somewhere. And I just want to get back into playing with color again because I'm just bored. I'm freaking bored, okay? Halloween was fun and we got to like do some weird shit, whatever, but I haven't played with a bunch of color in a really long time, so I figured this is the time and this is the palette to do it with, so that's what we're doing today. My hair is an absolute freaking mountain of a mess, so sorry, whatever. But this is the beauty that we're playing with today. It is an indie brand called Sample Beauty. And now I found this on the Discover page of Instagram, and I was immediately intrigued because it was something colorful other than like a Morphe palette, which we're all probably familiar with for the most part. And then I saw the inside and I instantly knew that it had to be in my collection because it was just such a complete, colorful rainbow palette, and I figured let's give this indie brand some love and see if it's worth it and what they're all about. So I'm going to get into more details about the palette in a minute, but this is what we're working with today, and this is basically like a first impressions, try on, review, whatever. I'm super excited to dive into color again. I didn't even say what this is called. This is the Paradigm Shift palette, and there's a couple different versions which I'll explain in a second. But yeah, from Sample Beauty, I found this on Instagram and I instantly fell in love once I saw the inside. And here she be. This is a UK based brand. I did do a few swatches on my hand when I first got it and it seemed impressive, but that's completely different versus putting something on your eyes. So that's going to be the true testament, and I hope it lives up to the hype that I've seen on Instagram and a few videos I've seen on YouTube here and there. Let's get into it and cut the chit chat. Alright guys, so I went ahead and primed my eyes with my white concealer because we're using color. I want it to be as bright and pigmented as possible. This is my usual BH Studio Pro concealer in white. Before we start jumping into the look, I'm just going to give you a few more details that I know about this palette. So like I said, this is a UK based brand. They have a few other palettes, but this is the most colorful that they have. This ran for about 39 pounds, so that came out to like 50 some dollars US, which is a little pricey, but I figured it looked like it was well worth it. And with the Paradigm Shift palette, there's a volume 1 and a volume 2. So I chose volume 2, and that's what this one is. And volume 1 is just standard pigment, you know, for just anyone who wanted a colorful palette and wanted to try this out. Volume 2 came out second, and it's basically intended for those who are way more experienced and skilled with high intense pigment, especially in colorful shadows. So since I am no stranger to liking colorful looks, I went with volume 2, and so this is pretty much supposed to be like maximum pigment and color payoff. So we will see about that, I guess. Also, as you'll see here, if you can see this, if it picks up on camera, which it might not. You can with the blue a little bit and the black. So if you see around the corners and the middle, there's an SB imprinted on these shades, and basically they are intended as mixing shades. So with those 3 primary colors and the white and the black, you're supposed to be able to mix any shade under the sun, and I think that's pretty cool. It's basically just like giving any artist the freedom to run and create any color they may need for a specific look, so that's really, really cool. And we're gonna try a few of those out and see if they're really living up to the hype. So that's the tea on that. Let me start. Alright, so I got my base on. Unset, we want tackiness in our base because our shadows will show up a lot nicer and really adhere to what we have going on. I think I'm going to start. So what she looks like she has going on is a very dark blue in the deep crease. So that's what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna use my BH Rose Gold number 8 brush. This is usually what I do when I start with these kind of looks. I like to pack it on and then we'll go in and blend later. So I'm gonna start with the imprinted primary blue in the palette and go from there. So I'm just gonna take that on this brush and load it up. Not seeing a lot of kickback, but that could just mean it's stiff, so we'll see. So I'm gonna start by placing this tight above my natural fold of my eye. Okay. Oh no. I expected that to be darker. So let's see. Okay. Well, maybe we should insert some swatches. Alright, well, we'll see as we go along. I mean, it's nicely pigmented so far. I don't know if I would say like extreme blow my mind, like blow my eyes out of their sockets intense, but we'll see. I also don't think this is the right tone of blue for the look that I want to go with, so we may add some purple. I'm just gonna start tracing this out around the socket of my eye, like above the socket, patting that in, packing it in, and we'll go and blend after the fact. It's nice though, it's definitely a nice blue. I just wanted it to be a little deeper like it looked in the pan, but can't all get what we want, you know. I'm gonna go into the purple over here and I'm gonna like mix them together to see if we can make this more of the color I was initially thinking. Start stamping that over. Yeah, that's gonna darken it a little bit, I feel. The thing I'm noticing though, like these colors like are really meant to blend together in order to be able to create other colors. So at least with these two, I mean purple and blue aren't hard to mix together, but that's pretty cool. It's taking the two colors together really nice. I'm gonna start to drag this out just a little bit. Okay, so don't know if we're gonna actually end up doing the look that I thought because I just keep rolling with it, but I'm impressed by the pigment. I still, for the volume 2, think that they need a little bit of building up to like get the true color that you see in the pan. I just think people would prefer that. Like, I don't think you would want to like immediately be bombarded by color and not be able to move it around. So we just winged it out a little bit. It looks sloppy, but so I'm gonna go in with this little Milani brush that looks like this, a little fluffy but like stiff at the same time. And I'm gonna go in, kind of want to go in with the orchidy pink shade. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna start blending like half over the edge of where we left off with the blue and half above, just so that they start to really blend together. I'm going to use little circular blending motions. That way it like kind of brings up some of the pigment of the blue to mix in with the pink, and then it creates like that mid-tone that we're looking for. I didn't want to wing this out, and the wing is looking tragic right now, but we'll fix it. Sorry, I'm really intensely blending because this is like, it looks so bad until it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna add some of the pink below it, this one, mix them together. And I think looks like this really just look like trash, or at least for me, because I'm not like the best makeup artist person in the world, absolutely not. Put a cut crease through it and cut it out and it'll automatically look better. That's looking good. So I'm going to go in with the black shade and start building it up a little bit here, because in the picture that's where there's a bit of darkness. See this black swatched. It's not the blackest black I've ever seen. I think it's translating really badly on camera, but it's a nice black. I don't like blacks that are like scary. So I'm just gonna add this a little bit, and I think I'm gonna go back over with the blue just to make like a navy. Alright, I actually decided I want to add a little bit of yellow into this mix. I just feel like if we leave it all pink up here, I mean, I probably should do more pink. Maybe I should just fucking decide what I want to do. Now, I think I do want to add a little bit of the yellow, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little Morphe M562 and do a little bit of yellow above our pink shade. I don't really have much room, but we're just going to graze the edge. I want it to create a little bit of an orange. Yeah, we're just going all the way up to our eyebrow because I like to take it there. I'm going to take a little bit over here too. I don't think this is the right brush for this, but like, I want things to like mix. I'm just dabbling, guys, at this point. Like, if you wanted a tutorial, I'm sorry. I misled you. This is looking interesting. Now I am going to cut my crease using my same BH concealer and this Morphe M421 little concealer brush, and I'm just gonna cut it out as per usual. So I'm gonna take it above the natural fold of my eye to exaggerate my lid space. This takes a lot of concentration and silence from me, so I'm so sorry if I bore you at this point. I might just cut this out completely, or I may speed through it for your viewing pleasure. I'm gonna go on the lid with some of these mattes just so I can use some more cull hairs. I'm gonna go in with the matte yellow again on the inner corner. It's turning a little green because I mixed the blue and yellow together, so that's my fault. It may create something cool going on, so who knows. Kind of like what it's doing, not gonna lie. It's like making green up at the top, which is kind of freaking cool. Happy accident, okay, okay. And I'm using this BH Cosmetics, the Signature Rose Gold brush number 7. Okay, now I think I want to go in with the orange again, the tangerine. I'm not flipping you off, I'm so sorry. looking kind of cool. I mean, this is turning out pretty cool. This is definitely not, I'm totally like deferring from the picture at this point, guys, so I'm sorry if you wanted to see that exact look, because you're definitely not getting it at this point. I'm gonna go back over and pat over so that it looks nice and blended, but I don't know what the last color I want to use is. I think I'm gonna go in with one of these like dark magenta colors for the end. And then we're just gonna go back over and like blend and add to the other colors. Oh my god, this like got crazy, y'all. This really went nuts, guys. Like, I don't know what the hell happened here. Well, we are looking like a tropical bird of paradise here of some sort. But before I get to my lower lash line and decide what the hell is going to happen down there, I'm going to try and clean up this edge and make it look sharp. I will be right back after attempting to correct this situation out here. Okay, I didn't really fix this edge because I figured I'm just going to put a wing over it anyway, and I'm lazy. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get this wing on. This is my NYC Liquid Liner that is no longer available. So sorry, but I still have backups, so I'm going to keep using them. Use your favorite liner of choice. Liquid liner of choice. I'll clean up the edge. It'll be fine. I mean, you can always clean it up, but getting it right the first time would like be nice. All right, cool, whatever, fine. It's not perfect, it's okay. I am now gonna move on. Oh my god, I'm like flapping around all over the place here. I am now gonna move on to my lower lash line. I'm gonna clean off this little, actually no. I'm gonna take this BH little pencil brush number 10, and I think I'm gonna go back into the primary blue, into the purple, and then I think into this teal. I'm gonna mix the purple and the blue together like we did on the top. Let's try the packing brush. And I'm just gonna go in with that teal toward the inner corner. I mean, we used a decent amount of colors here, so I'm kind of excited because I'm really liking this palette so far. I do think the color is real, like payoff is nice. I kind of want to do like a new inner corner stitch. I'm just gonna try and drag this. No. As I'm like starting to do it, I don't even want to do it. I think it's not sticking on my under eye as much because it's powdered. I do think you need like a wet base for this a little bit. That's just my recommendation. If that's intimidating for you, then do what you know. I'm thinking this looks pretty dope, but I want to add just like a little bit of like a metallic sheen somewhere. So I'm gonna take, this is not part of this palette review, I'm gonna take the ColourPop Supernova shadow in Telepathy, and I'm gonna put this on the inner corner a little bit. I'm gonna take that with like a tiny little, like my little whatever concealer brush I was just using, the Morphe M421. Oh yeah. Little some. I don't think you guys can see that, but I can see it. It looks cute or whatever. So I'm gonna pick some lashes and throw some lashes on this. And then I'll come back, let you know how I feel, and then I'll have to recreate this on my other eye. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I kind of lied, so I did the rest of everything and put on some eyelashes, because you can't not have eyelashes with this insanity going on right now. But, and I also finished it up with a little lipstick, my Maybelline Truffle Tease, and my NYX pencil in Sandstorm is what's on my lips. And yeah, so this is what we got going on the eyes. And I think I gave this this sample beauty palette a pretty fair shot to show me what it has, and I tried to use as much as possible, and I would definitely say this palette's worth it. Do I think it's the most pigmented I've ever used? I would not go as far as to say that, and I don't know if they're really, if you had the volume 1 and the volume 2 together and you swatch them both, I'm really not sure if you would see a difference, but I don't have both to compare. But these are very nicely pigmented, and the amount of shadows you get is amazing. The color story and the color variety is awesome. And honestly, I like supporting indie brands and smaller brands, and if that's important to you too, then I would suggest getting this, because this did go on sale after I bought it, and I've seen it go on sale a few times, so you could get it for cheaper than what I got it for. But overall, I just am really excited that I got to play with color again and just, like, you know, totally go crazy with the eyes, and I just needed to have like a session like that and enjoy myself and not play in neutrals as I usually do. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these are the Koko lashes in the style Goddess, but this is the finished look. These blended really awesome. I loved how they created new colors when you blended them together, and I mean, many shadows will do that, but I feel like this palette was really easy to have multiple shades come together in a really nice cohesive way, and I will definitely be using this palette a lot more. I'm happy I picked it up. If you would like any of my other colorful palette recommendations, hit me up in the comments below and let me know. If you're looking for something colorful, affordable, and really good quality, I have a bajillion palettes and I can point you in the right direction if need be. But yeah, that's it, dolls. I hope you liked this review slash toot of this crazy, colorful Bird of Paradise rainbow cut crease. Thank you for letting me play with color today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, share with whoever you think would like my videos, and keep coming back for more. I am slowly growing, and it's really awesome to see, and I've been getting amazing, sweet comments from some subscribers, and that is really, you don't think it's gonna mean as much to you as it really does, but it makes me smile from the inside out when I get comments. So thank you for everyone who's been subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.